My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Jessie.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
And today it's my birthday. Actually, no. Well, okay, technically, the day this comes out, tomorrow is my birthday. The day this comes out. But, as is our tradition, everyone on the podcast for their birthday gets to pick an episode topic for the month that they're born in. And I just happen to be born in the greatest month of the year. And I'm always just picking absolute banger topics, I know. But this year, I decided to keep the vibes going all month and get to talk about one of my little favorite little Nugu groups that has really been doing the most out there, haven't they?
You really have,
Really
at least for their size.
Yeah, for
their popularity, their reach.
And that is OnlyOneOf, my favorite little fellas who refused to wink, wink, nudge, nudge to fan service and just said, "Nah, we'll just give it to you, okay? We're just gonna give it to you. Don't worry about it. There's no like subtle nothing. Here you go. Done." So I'm here to talk about OnlyOneOf. And I'm going to tell y'all about OnlyOneOf, and then we're just going to talk about OnlyOneOf. And it's going to be a fun episode, I promise. Because they're a fun group. So, anyway. All right, let me just get into it. Wait, before I start, anyone have any comments before we get into this? Any thoughts? Any OnlyOneOf pre-thoughts?
So my pre-thought is they've been on my radar for a good 3 years. Like their music video for the song Sage. I clocked that a long time ago. Cause it was very graphics heavy. So they've been on my radar for quite a while, but they kind of would go on and off depending on how busy I was with other stuff. But I'm not near as in depth as Natalia is, but it's I've known their music videos are just absolutely amazing for being a smaller group.
Very small.
Their production quality has been there even 3 years ago when I first noticed them. It's been fascinating to watch them. That was all. And when did you start getting more into them, Natalia? Or is that a part of your
Well, it's
shtick?
sort of like a part of the shtick, and the way I got into them is not the way you would think. But it is, if you know me, it is the way you would think. But yeah, that'll come up. Any other thoughts before we get into it? No? All right. Okay. So, OnlyOneOf is a 6-member group. They were originally a 7-member group, but one of the members left for personal reasons. We don't know why. We don't need to speculate. It doesn't matter. We're all good. So they're under 8D Creative, and they're the only idol group at 8D Creative, under the RSVP label at 8D Creative. Now, I just want to take a little side note, because I just was looking into 8D Creative, and it's a weird company, and not in sketchy ways, but it was originally a food services company.
Oh.
That was known for, it was created by a woman who operates basically cafes, bakeries, and a pizza chain called Mick Jones Pizza.
Okay.
And the name 8D is based on the emoticon, like the happy smiling emoticon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so it's because she wanted to create a funky workplace that symbolized her funky life as a divorced woman with kids.
Wow.
Okay.
And it was later acquired by a pharmaceutical company who kept her on.
So funky.
Yeah, who kept her on as the president and CEO. And then she diversified into music and entertainment.
She's we'll just do this.
And so they have 2 entertainment divisions. RSVP, which has literally just OnlyOneOf and a singer, Kang Hee-won, who used to be part of iZone. And then they have an actors division called WIP that has 7 or 8 actors in it. So it's like, okay. that's an interesting.
Right.
So the group was the brainchild of Jaden Jong. If people who are like really into K-pop might recognize that name because they're the person who created Luna. So originally, all of them were at Blockberry Creative and were supposed to debut as like the brother group to Luna under the name 8x8x8, which is funny because there was only 7 of them originally, but listen, it's fine.
It's their love of members.
And it was like they were supposed to debut so much that like they had some of the members appearing in Luna music videos as like the lead up to like them debuting. But then Jaden Jong was like, big middle finger to Blockberry Creative and was like, I'm out of here. And then took them all with him.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's great that he did that.
Let's go,
Yeah. Good for them.
So he took them all to 8D Creative, to RSVP, and then was just like, guess what's still happening, guys? Like, I know I was like really teasing you with this, but we have a new name and we're debuting this year. So that was in 2019 and they debuted in May 28th of 2019. So they debuted, this is where it gets like, this guy, he had big plans for this group, okay? So they debuted with a concept that was like 2 concepts in one, okay? There was like the group concept and then their image concept. So the image concept that he wanted to go with, he termed uber sexual, which is not what you think it means. So stay with me because it turned into exactly what you think it means. So he originally, it was like envisioned as sort of like a gentle yet strong, sexy masculinity that would like appeal to women. Sold. Yeah, like clearly they moving on. It's all good. And then their first album was meant to, like, their album concepts were meant under like to be expansive. So the first concept of their debut album, which is called Dot Point Jump, refers to a Carl Sagan quote about when you're the universe viewing the Earth, it is just a little blue dot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so basically they wanted to say at their beginning is a small insignificant dot in the terms of their lives that could grow in significance and meaning. And then the group was then supposed to be seen as having like an infinite ability to expand. So like with each release, the group could then like leap forward into like more dimensions of themselves and then express like a multifaceted nature of humanity. But he wanted that to express both negative and positive qualities. So like he wanted them to be human rather than idols, if that makes sense. So like I'm actually like down with that as a concept. So I'll go through the members now because I got some real good news about this group. They debuted full ass adults.
Woo!
That's like the one thing that I was surprised on when I was looking at things. I was like, wait a minute, what is that age?
You're like, wait a second. Yeah. So the leader's name, his stage name is KB, and his real name is Shin Kyo-bin. He's the oldest member, and he's a whole ass adult who had already done his military service before even becoming a trainee, because he was born in 1992. That's right, the man is in his 30s. Leading a Nugu K-pop group.
Never give up on your dreams,
friends. Never give up on your dreams. So before becoming an idol, he was going to be a police officer.
Whoa.
Yeah. But then Blockberry Creative was like, you got real comedian vibes. Do you want to come like train to be a comedian? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then I think they realized very quickly, no. And went into music instead upon beginning his entertainment career. Next you've got Ri, whose real name is Lee Sung-ho. He was born in 1996 and has a passion. This is where like I put down little tidbits of things that I found personally hilarious that relate to me as a person as well. He has a passion for fishing videos and Digimon adventure games. Chef's kiss. And wanted to become an idol after seeing the J-pop group Highlight, not the K-pop group Highlight, the J-pop group Highlight. And he also does a lot of the choreography for the group. Next we got Yoojung, whose real name is Lee Tae-yob. He was born in 97 and was training in dance for 8 years before debuting. And he used to be a backup dancer for Wonder Girls in the music video for Like This. And is in love with Taemin, apparently. Just loves him. Listen, who does?
Who isn't?
Now, this next character will explain how Natalia got into OnlyOneOf. Next we have Junji, whose real name is Kim Junhyung. He was born in 1998, and I personally found OnlyOneOf because of Junji. And you're asking yourself, was it because of like the sexy things he put? Absolutely not. It was because his haircut.
I was about to say it's the haircut.
So ludicrous. The first time I saw it. Listen, they had his hair cut down to his chin. That man spent years not being able to see. No, like it was longer than Daysung.
So
like,
I know.
That man could not see, and it was so long too. Like I was here for it.
And he's like the dancer side of the group.
Yes.
It's just like
Yes.
What?
Why would you?
He's got. When I tell you, this man has the biggest introvert energy you've ever seen.
So the haircut worked.
It's incredible. He openly says he doesn't like being around people. He's openly like absolutely not, and just loves cats. That's it. That's it. Yep. He wants to do nothing.
Maybe he's
with
my
people
favorite member.
and like cats. Next we've got Mill, whose real name is Lee Young-soo. He was born in 1999, and like me has terrible handwriting. But unlike me, he says that his best talent is being cute.
You're cute.
He's definitely cuter than me. So he's the main rapper of the group. And finally, we've got Nine, whose real name is Jungwook Jin. He's the maknae, and he was born in late 1999. I think we may know where the name came from. He is another of the infamous cucumber haters that are in the K-pop community.
There are a lot of like cucumber haters in K-pop.
A lot of cucumber haters. He also does a lot of the producing and writing for the group. And
I love how that's secondary to being a cucumber hater.
Like, I'm trying to make these people relatable, you know. And then he also plays the guitar, and he beatboxes. And then the former member's stage name.
Like, make him relatable.
Relatable. He likes cucumbers. Yeah, I think he likes cucumbers. Like, listen, we all have something we don't like. And then the former member was Love. His stage name was Love. His real name was Park Ji-sung. He was born in 1994, and then he left in 2021 due to personal reasons, and that's his own business. We don't know. All right. Now we get into like what they got up to since their debut with their Carl Sagan themed album. So right after debuting, they participated in a dating themed reality show. This is where the group starts to go off the rails for me. That was called OnlyOneOf Unlocking Love, which was on Mnet. First issue right there, which was ostensibly supposed to help them realize how to be good boyfriends, where the members had to go on like fake dates and take like dating classes and on being good boyfriends.
Let me just ask to specify: fake dates with each other or fake dates
with women, with actresses.
I just want to be exact with this information.
All the actresses from the company, right?
Well, no, there was one actress. Oh my god, what was her name? She's in a lot of stuff. Like you would recognize her face.
Oh, it's the girl from My ID. Is that the one you're talking about? Who's the, like friend?
Yes. So it was her, and she was a delight. And it turns out that her and Yoojung, one of the members, had gone to high school together. So like when he walks up for their like fake date, they just start laughing, and they're like, "It's been like we've known each other for 7 years." But anyway, then they also had to go on like a fake group date with the 2019 Miss Korea.
Oh my gosh.
And like this, and half of them went on a group date with her, and the other half went on a group date with this comedian. And like, I feel like they were more excited to meet this comedian than they were meeting. And so, it was
should have known then some aspects.
Yeah.
Saying.
It was 8 episodes long, but and like it starts out with them being like, okay, like with their like the vice president of like the entertainment division being like, all right guys, we're gonna let you date. We're gonna let you date. If you do a good job on this show, we won't have any dating bans. Unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, they sucked at the dating bans still hell.
Like, okay.
The way you led up to that.
Listen, while watching it, you can clearly see why they only had 8 episodes and it wasn't like continued for multiple seasons, because like rather than portraying like these guys, like their concept was like sexy men that women love, right? Like that was like the concept they were trying to put out. It just solidified how, with the exception of Yoojung and sort of 9, all of them had no game. I'm while watching it, I don't think KB has ever talked to a woman in his life. Like, it was wild. This show is like, you don't even have to watch it because it's so awkward. Like it's sort of the right level of cringe though, because you're just watching these guys just embarrass themselves in front of women for 8 long episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Like, just stunning just failures from beginning to end. Mostly, I'm gonna be honest, mostly KB and Junji just losing it. Like, just being so... And well, I gotta say, Junji really tried, but all women found him cringe and too dad-humored. And then...
And you fell in love with that immediately.
Yeah. Because, like, it was so... Like, at one point, there's this, like, these 2 episodes where they're answering, like, this woman is sort of, like, being, like a video game host, and is, like, asking them questions about, like, dating and stuff, and they all have to, like, write down their answers. But behind them are 6 women in mass, so 2 are in their teens, 2 are in their 20s, and 2 are in their 30s. And the 6 women are live commenting on who they think is doing the best job at coming up with answers for, like, these questions.
No.
When I tell you some of the most ludicrous shit you've ever seen, and it's like, there's not the sense that they're trying to be funny about it. Like,
yeah,
they
like
seem sincere.
It's not like they're playing to the audience and trying to screen time and all that.
No, they seem sincere. Like, at one point, I was telling Jessie about this earlier. The question is, like, if you're going on a first date with a woman, what gift would you bring to show your sincerity, like that your sincerity on this first date? And so, like, you know, we had your classics, right? We had, I'd bring some flowers. Oh, the one that won, I think it was Rie who said, I'd bring, like, some macaroons so we could share together. Like, you know, like, nice. And then you have, like, Yoojung, who, like, the teens loved, who was like, I would bring, like, a nice scented candle. Like, ladies love scented candles. And you're like, yeah, ladies do love scented candles. You're right. And then you go at the other end, the oldest member, a 30-year-old man, KB, who you hope has maybe gone on a date, who says, I'll bring some socks and toothbrushes because they're practical gifts that everyone can use.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like that says something different about what you're expecting from that date.
My brother in Christ, what are you doing? I will say that Junji was voted as most improved fake boyfriend, so he got better as time. They had, like, the last episode was like the two voted the worst boyfriends, and the one voted the best got to go on one final fake date with a woman, but then the other ones were, like, in their ear and giving them, like, advice, but half of them were giving them good advice and half of them were getting them bad advice, and a member of Celeb 5 was commentating on it. Like, it was a whole thing.
Mnet, What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, it really
that would be a good shirt. Mnet, what are you doing?
That would be a good shirt.
So like I feel like this concept, the show, like you can tell like there was this weird sort of like, we're gonna teach you to be better boyfriends so that you can be better at like fan interactions and stuff, which is fucking weird, you know?
Right?
But like all it did was just go, wow, these guys are fucking losers. Like, yikes. So
it drove home the fact that any fan interactions that will be in the future with like fan signs, don't be looking for that type of vibe.
Don't be looking for that. Like, well, not from like, maybe from Yoo-jung. He seemed like a solid, like, but not in like a like romantic sort of way. He just seemed like a nice guy being nice
like
to
personable.
people. Yeah, just a nice guy who's like cares about how other people are feeling, you know. Anyway, that was the inception. That was their first like welcome to the entertainment world. Was this Mnet show?
I bet they had nightmares after that.
all
imagine.
involved.
Yes.
Like even all like the creative team was like, oh gosh,
we can't do
we
that
thought it
again.
would go like one way.
We can't
if it
do
was
that
bad,
again.
but not that way.
Yeah.
So they decided to like just pretend that never happened with their for like they were just like, no, we're not doing that again. Like, so in 2020 they released their second single album, which is called Art Pop 2.1, which was a concept album about the relationship between Picasso and Dora Maar. And it has 2 songs telling the story from the 2 different perspectives. And they also launched a contest for fans to rewrite the lyrics of song Maar into English for a cash prize. So that's fun. The conceptual avant-garde album did make like Billboard magazine do a little write-up about them, but no one else really noticed. Like, they were really sliding under the radar for their first couple of years. That same year, they also made the Produced By series, where 3 different producers, Gray, Boycold, and Cha-Cha Malone, produced the song on an EP. So it released in May with Gray's produced song Angel as a title track, and then that same year, they also put out Produced By 2, with Groovy Room, Samuel So, and J.R. Groove producing, with a Game of Thrones theme song called Song of Ice and Fire as a title track. Now, I have debates as to whether this is actually a Game of Thrones theme song. I feel like they just liked a Song of Ice and Fire as the title, because when you look at the lyrics, it's not about Game of Thrones, but like they say
maybe the original lyrics were, and they were like, hey, you're gonna get sued.
Yeah, hey,
so
hey, we're conceptual, but we're not this conceptual. However, in 2021, they really came into the public eye with their album Instinct Part 1 and the song Libido, where they really solidified what was going to be their most popular concept going forward, being gay. So the choreo was deemed horrifically sexually suggestive by the conservatives that clutched them pearls at the thought of sexual dancing between men. And the group clapped back by saying they always wanted to explore taboo subjects that are rarely explicitly explored by other groups. So essentially the reply was, well, that's like your opinion, man.
They really should have just directed them to that dating show and be like,
yeah,
you don't have to worry.
Listen, don't worry about it. Like, well, no, listen, that was only how they interact with women. Like, their interactions with men could be very different. We don't know. But not surprisingly, sexy male-on-male dancing and suggestive lyrics really appealed to people. The girlies really liked that.
They shocked.
And they had their best sales ever. The music video for Libido was chosen as the best Korean music video by Rolling Stone India, specifically for its representation of the gay community and boundary-breaking visuals, air quotes. In 2021, Ree, KB, and Love also sang the OST for the web drama The Sweet Blood. If you don't know what The Sweet Blood is, that was the the show that introduced us the characters of Kissable Lips, so it had a gay vampire in it. Well, technically a bisexual vampire. Yeah, and then they followed up with their third produced series, but with the members producing the songs themselves.
Nice.
So in August, Love left the group, and a month later, they released a single that was written entirely by Nine, called Mono, and then they did a Christmas album.
Because of course they did.
Of course they fucking did a Christmas album.
Yeah, of course.
Look, what else are you gonna do? So 2022 starts a real big year for OnlyOneOf.
But honestly, all that during, like, the pandemic, like, good
that
for
was
them.
all
for,
during
like,
the pandemic,
Yeah.
They were just like, listen, we can't get lady backup dancers in here. We gonna be gay. We're gonna be our own sexy backup dancers. Don't worry about it.
We'll make it work.
Mm-hmm. So 2022 was another banner year as they did their first Japanese album on January 12th, and then very quickly followed that up with Instinct Part 2 on January 14th. Literally a 2-day separation between these comebacks, which is
crazy,
wild. And with their title track Skins, which continued their gay love themes, but they called it the individuality and being true to yourself theme. But listen, we see what you're putting down, okay? They also held their first Japanese concert on May 2nd of 2022 with a respectfully sized audience of 3,000. They're
nice.
Still a small group, but 3,000 ain't bad.
3,000's not in their home country?
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah. That's fine.
This might be despite of, or perhaps because of, all the gay stuff. Just putting that out there. We don't know. We don't know. We're not going to say. And then in 2022, this is what I love the most from them. They also started their Underground Idol project, which consisted of a monthly solo song for each of the members in a connected universe of music videos that are really good, y'all.
So good.
Really good. They continued with the second Japanese concert, doing 3 concerts in Japan during the release of these monthly music videos. They finished the Underground Idol project in January of this year with Nine's song, which was the last one. And they were also announced that they've all been cast in an upcoming BL called Bump Up Business about gay K-pop idols, but that has no release date yet. We're waiting. We'll see it eventually. And then in March of this year, they also released the EP Soul Collection, which featured the title song Soul Drift. And then they went on a very successful American tour with like a bunch of stops selling out the first day of ticket sales, which like they're not a big group, so that's actually like really impressive. Yeah. In terms of their contribution to their own music, as a small group, they are given quite a bit of autonomy because their production company is very small, right? So, you got to do it yourself a lot of the times. So KB and Nine do most of the song production contributions, and Reed does the choreography contributions. That's really cool. And then during the lockdowns, they also got into TikTok in a big way. Like, I think they were one of the earliest K-pop groups to really embrace the TikTok lifestyle, making many of just absolute comedy gold TikToks of just them in their dorms doing ridiculous shit.
So I saw a clip of one of the TikToks, and it was like, I think it was Junji, and it was this, like, he made a K-drama about his hair combs.
Yeah.
And, like, and then at the end, it was the freeze frame, and then, you are my girl. So, like, it was so, and with the ad at the bottom, like, I just lost it.
Like, they're clearly very funny, but, like, not in person, Like, very funny amongst themselves.
You know what?
For comedians.
Same. I understand.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Relatable. I can't be perceived.
No perception, please.
Exactly. So, while they're still pretty, like, relatively small in terms of the K-pop world, I really think that their commitment to, like, their queer themes have really set them apart from, like, other groups. And rather than the usual, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge situation that K-pop groups will do to, like, they're like, they're openly showcasing a community that is known to actively consume K-pop content. Like, the queer community loves K-pop. And so, like, why shouldn't a K-pop group cater directly to them, right? And so that's basically them. They're still, they don't got a lot of content, but they got some good stuff. I think my favorite content are these series of 2 live streams that Junji did, where he silently does crafts for a good hour and doesn't reply to any comments. He doesn't say anything. One of them, he's just making a leather wallet for like 49 minutes. And he'll occasionally look at the camera and like be like, and then just continue. And the other one is he's doing pottery and there's just a cat asleep next to him on the table. And it's over an hour. And it's called like Junji's Silent Pottery Time. And it's just like him doing pottery. It's dead silent. No music. Nothing. It's chef's kiss.
It's like really chef's getting into content. Like the study time live.
Yeah.
That's like the feel of it.
So yeah, that's OnlyOneOf. All right. So I found them because of the hair. And Sky found them because she really liked their music video.
I was watching just a lot of music videos and stuff at the time, so I just ran across them whenever they released that one. I desire to ask Natalia how she felt about like KB's mullet. Wasn't it KB's mullet? Once upon a time.
You want to know how I felt about KB's mullet? Feral is how I felt about it. That was, like, listen, sometimes there's like these little baby mullets, but he said, no. I'm going full 80s mullet. Yeah. I'm gonna curl it, like it's gonna
There's gonna be body to the mullet.
Like it's gonna be real short up top, real long in back, and then they cut it off for the last comeback, and I was so sad. But he had it for the whole Underground Idol thing, and it looked hella good. Him in that mullet with that suit, hell yes, no complaints. And then they came out with but you know what? I can't really complain because then they came out with Chrome Arts, and it was the thoughtiest music video I've ever seen that has no sexual content in it.
Yeah, suit and crop tops. There
just
you go.
And it's it's not like, oh, like one member will have. No, they're all cropping them tops. So the stylist took a scissor to everyone's shirts. No one was safe.
No shirts were safe.
And like the production photos of the pose photos for their last comeback, they're all wearing the same outfit, which is like suit pants, a tie, and then like a suit jacket, but the front is just like glittery chainmail. And they're just nip nops to the wind, but the rest of it's like a regular shirt. I'm just like, okay, their stylist knows what's up. You know what I mean? Like the stylist is like, all right, these are all adult men. They do sexy dancing together. Okay, the ladies love it. It's all good, you know? I just really like them.
Can I also pull out the soapbox that I know exists here about queer baiting? I know that you want to hop on that soapbox pretty bad.
Okay, let me begin, all right? I can go into great detail, and I will. All right, so we all know that there's a current problem, like the pendulum swings. I talk about this with my husband all the time, of people just virtue signaling nonsense all the time. And it used to be like conservatives would be virtue signaling nonsense, but now it's like swung the other way, where everyone is just like trying to apply just morality to everything that it just doesn't need to be applied to. And the newest thing that I have discovered, been inflicted upon me by teenagers on the internet, is like queer content discourse, where everything is queer baiting. You have a straight actor playing a gay man, that's queer baiting. No, it's not. You have this group doing a queer concept, it's queer baiting. Now, I'm going to tell you what queer baiting is, friends. Queer baiting is a marketing technique in which something like a movie, TV show, whatever it is, a book, will hint at in its marketing that there is gay content to entice the queer audience into buying it, buying tickets to see it, buying whatever, okay? And then either has no queer content or just like pathetic queer content. Good example, when the live action Beauty and the Beast came out, they were like, it has a gay couple. There's a gay couple in Beauty and the Beast, y'all. When I tell you the gay couple was, what was like Gaston's minion? You know what I'm talking about?
LeFou
has a like 4-frame sequence of him dancing with a man in the last scene. Like a quarter of a second. Mm-hmm. He like spins through the corner of the scene. And that was their gay content. That's queer baiting. Yeah, quote unquote gay content. That's queer baiting, okay? Whatever. When OnlyOneOf does a 6 music video long series about gay romance, that's not queer baiting. That's queer delivering. Okay? No. They said you're gonna get gay music videos, and then you got gay music videos. How can that be queer? How can it doesn't matter if they're straight, gay, bi, pan, whatever. Okay,
well, they also don't have to come out to you so that you feel okay that they're participating in the queer media.
What did I see? Like, listen, I'm big into the BL fandom, as I think anyone listening to this podcast knows. And the amount of times that I've seen, like, oh, they shouldn't hire straight actors to play gay characters. How do you propose they do this? Okay, I need, what's your
how
solid...
How do you propose that you actually knowing for sure?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Positive.
Like, dude, are you gonna say, okay, before I'll let you be in this PG-13 rated BL, I'm gonna need to see you have sex with a man to prove that you're qualified to play a game? No! This is a ludicrous statement! Stop it!
No. I think there is something to be said for, in particular in the Thai BL world, that for a good chunk of time, they would actively not hire guys who presented as gay or who were out to perform in BL because they were like, no, you're not masculine enough.
Luckily, that has changed.
It's a whole other thing, right?
Yeah. That has luckily changed, and they realized, oh, wait, that's stupid. But, like, I understand, like, you don't want a trans character played by a cisgendered actor. That actually, that makes sense to me. You know, because there's plenty of trans actors who can play, but how are you going to make sure that someone? It's stupid. It's
like the whole thing where people will get angry about, like say bi people who are in a cis marriage or relationship coming to Pride, and they're like, you can't come to Pride because you're you're heterosexual, and they're like, I'm bi. Well, no, but you're like, no, come on.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help.
I was going to say, like, an analogous thing, like, it's not within K-pop, but within Western, like, book stuff, the whole own voices, authors, like, and how people make that kind of a trap for some people as far as, and so own voices can be great. Lovely as if that's what someone wants to do, and that's great, so totally supporting that. But when someone like writes a book with a trans lead character, and then all of a sudden the question, then they start getting harassed of, is this an own voices work? If they didn't already claim that it's an own voices work, don't out people, don't force people to identify as but it's like, again, what you're gonna do to let people identify as they wish, let people present content, let people give content as they wish. If you don't wish to consume it, don't do it. If you aren't comfy, don't. But otherwise, if you wish to consume the content, and the author or the creator of the content, be it music, whatever, accept however they're presenting themselves to you.
Yeah.
And especially if they're presenting themselves as a character, if they're acting in a music video as a character, just take what you get. Like, that's what you're given. That's all they're giving you.
We don't need to be queer detectives here. All right? It's not a necessary
we're not the queer police. Yeah, we're not into that. Like, that's not a thing.
You don't need the world doesn't need this with all the shit that's happening in the world. We don't need this discourse because it's stupid.
Especially amongst within queer book spaces, music spaces, entertainment spaces, anything. this does not need to be the divisive thing that hurts queer people. Like, that is not okay. Like, don't do that.
It's such a waste of time. And it's just, I just get so tired because, like,
and the fact that then the queerbaiting thing comes up and it's kind of essentially like that, becomes this like witch hunty thing. It's like, no, we're not like, gonna do that.
You should put this energy towards, like, companies that are doing bad things.
Yeah, and like,
transphobes.
Also,
put this energy towards J.K. Rowling. She needs the heat, okay? OnlyOneOf doesn't need the heat, alright?
These people are going to be put in a situation that they're going to be safe. Like, no matter where you are in the world, it's still not safe to be gay. Mm-hmm. So, like, you're forcing people to, like, out in a place where they might, be put in positions that are, like, not safe to them. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, like, mentally they get, like, attacked, or, like, physically they get attacked. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, why do you need this so desperately for it to be, like, given to you? It's just weird. You, the random person.
And even on the flip side, like, as a consumer of music, books, entertainment, content, whatever, the whole policing of, if you are this gender, if you are that, you cannot consume this, that, or the... Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, okay? Like,
I mean, if someone is being crappy, a jerk, and fetishy, that is a different thing. But do not be saying things like queerbaiting and fetishizing when that is not what's occurring just because someone is consuming and having an opinion on whatever content. That is not what's occurring there.
Like, and you can't really have it both ways, because I know, like, listen, these same people will... And I'm not going to call anyone out personally, but I've seen it personally. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes on the internet. The same people who will be like, oh, it's queerbaiting, oh, it's fetishizing to fucking watch a BL TV show, are the same people who will be like, there's not enough queer representation. Like, the world hates queer people. I'm like, no, what do you want then? What do you want? No. What do you want from us?
Exactly.
Anyway, OnlyOneOf has really fun queer representation in their themes.
Well, and what's also, I mean, so to back that up, they're very supportive of the queer community. When they were stateside doing their concert tour, you know, the way they interacted with queer fans was lovely. They were super supportive and helped, like, a lesbian couple get engaged. Yeah. This is not something they're messing around with, okay? Yeah. They are very supportive of their queer fans. That's what you need to know. That's all you need to know. It's not a game to them.
You don't need to know, like, what they specifically are, because that doesn't matter, because that's between them and themselves.
It's also because, you know, they're a music group, so, like, you know... really, we should only just here for the music?
Yeah. Also, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like they're a music group, not policy-making politicians. So, like, maybe take your energy towards somewhere it actually belongs. Because they're just making some fun romantic content for the he, she's, and theys, okay? Yeah. Like, you know, they're just trying to be girly pop. Is that such a crime? You know?
Not at all.
No, listen. If it was, I wouldn't be so into it, you know?
So, as far as, if it was actually, like, a shtick, quote unquote, like, if it was a problem thing, they wouldn't be supportive of queer fans. They wouldn't be, like, but they are. This isn't a bait and switch situation. It's we are creating content for like, a group of people that we care enough about to support. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah. And it's not just crotch grab moves and things either. Like, the underground series, like, they do a lot of maybe not actual kissing, but a lot of stage kissing and things. Like, it's very clear these two people are having sex, you know, like it's not like just pretend longing glances kind of stuff.
And speaking of the Underground Idol stuff, it's 3 different love stories that are told in a connected universe. And basically they were like, these are for love stories for people who can't be loud about their love because of the world that we live in. And you're like, that's the energy that you've been wanting, you know?
Exactly.
And they're very
and that's great that they're gonna be like in a BL and about queer K-pop. Like, that's really cool. Yeah.
When it eventually gets a release date or happens, listen, it's been announced, but like,
when was it announced?
It was announced like in this year, like the beginning of this year. So like,
you're probably just still gathering finances or something.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So, all right. Does anyone have some faves? I feel like it was a lot easier to perhaps pick a fave than it was for previous episodes where they had hundreds and hundreds of songs. Because they don't have hundreds and hundreds of songs. They're real low budget, okay? And you know what? You know how I know they're low budget? Because in their Underground Idol music videos, they clearly had what was either managers or security guards playing roles in the music video, which is so funny. Like playing the role of teenage bullies.
Oh.
Classic. And you're just like, that is a 40-year-old man. Like that.
I think in the one, I was like, I thought it was the teacher. It was supposed to be the teacher, and then when you got closer, he was wearing like a
school uniform.
Uniform. And I was like, I thought that was the teacher.
Because KB, the member of OnlyOneOf, was playing the teacher in that music video. He was the teacher.
Right? Yes.
They're just like, okay. Well, I suppose they couldn't get them to play the bullies to themselves.
That would be a little awkward.
But, good times. It was good times. So, does anyone have a favorite?
Despite that, those videos are really good. Like,
they're really quite good.
The quality on them is decent, and and the stories are nice, so.
So, anyone got some OnlyOneOf faves?
Well, so I have to be stereotypical me. I don't know if you can guess what that's going to entail, but suit dance.
Yeah, it was good.
It was like the red and black.
No, what? What? You? No.
The suit dance music video. Go watch it. Cause
just cause reasons. Listen, they didn't say their concept was uber sexual for nothing. Out there.
But I did want to say about like, so the whole like people being scandalized about some of the choreography in some of these music videos. I find that just really hilarious because I'm like, watch one of their videos and then watch a Sunmi music video, for instance.
Yeah. Right.
Same vibes. Like, argue with me about it. Like,
oh no, it's more scandalous because it's gay. It's men touching a man's butt.
Even though there's one Sunmi one that's very bi vibes. Just
that, you know,
putting that one out there.
You're right.
But also you can like translate it into like suggestive like lyrics as well. Like
yeah.
I mean, hello, and 80s right now. Like, I mean.
But no, it's not the same.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, if you're talking, they're assuming the people not mad about ATs, that the person bouncing on their dick is a woman. So that's different, okay?
It's just about goats and chili peppers, guys. Come on.
Guys, they're slowing it down and making it bouncy, like they're talking about, you know, using a walk. All right? It's nothing sexual. Chill out.
Down.
It's all fine.
I mean, the reality is we know that there is a certain subsect of like K-pop fans that are going to be mad no matter what people are doing, right? Because we just had the whole like angry truck sent because they were dancing too close to the lady backup dancers. And like,
and you know what? I gotta give
all K-pop dancers.
I gotta give one of this. They're like, you're never gonna catch us dancing too close to lady backup dancers because our company cannot afford it.
Yeah. And we would also be really awkward about it.
Yeah, and also we're very weird, with the exception of one member of ours were very weird around women. Not in like a
bad weird
way, but just like you got no
You're
riz.
a woman.
You got no riz. All right.
I had to look up Riz like a couple months ago to figure out what the crap that was.
I was jokingly listen, don't feel too bad, Sky, about that. Because literally just today, I was laughing because I was rewatching the Cursed variety show just to so I could remember some good salient points to bring up tonight. And then Matthew, my husband, was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I was like, "Man, all this show has shown is that this 30-year-old man on the show got no riz." And then he was just very long pause, and then he goes, "Now, I don't want to sound like a boomer or anything, but riz, does that mean the same thing as no game?" And I'm like, "Yes, honey." yes, you got it. You figured you got it. But I just think there's such a little delight.
So, did Jessie have any faves?
Oh, I really, really like Mirage, which is one of the B-sides off of the latest album. It's so good. I really dig it.
I love the vocals, just in
it's
general.
Really nice vocals.
Good vocals.
Such good vocals.
I really like it when they go more into the R&B vibe and are chilling kind of with their I like that.
I do too.
It's good for them.
I really like their solo stuff too. I think that whole solo line it's really good.
It's really
They're
good.
So good. Yeah. Every time, I was listening through all of it, and I'd be like, "Oh, I really like this one," and then I'd look, yeah, it's one of the singles. Oh, yeah, the solo stuff. So I do like "Seamless Mind" is one of my preferred of the group songs.
Yeah, my faves are definitely KB and Yoojung's solos from the Underground Idol one. So "Begin" and "Be Free." So they're the first two that came out. That have if you're only familiar with the music videos, it's the one where it's the little diner worker and the teacher falling in love.
No.
And,
So cute.
So cute.
making the little folded it's the longing glances, the beautiful lighting. Oh, it's listen, and the music is also top notch. But those are two perfectly filmed, perfectly framed, sides of a whole of a music video.
Is it a coincidence that the whole mullet thing is featured
very heavily? But no, actually, no, I don't. No, because I can divorce my love of mullets from my love
saying,
of
the mullet was
quality
featured,
music, but the mullet was heavily featured. He looked good. He was just shirtless and a mullet. What do you want from life? What more do you want? All right.
Simple things. I also really like Time Leap. If we're going music videos, not necessarily the music video, but the song, a promoted song. I really like that. That's one of their earlier ones.
It is.
Yeah.
And I gotta give Libido credit where credit is due. From a filming standpoint,
gorgeous.
That music video is so artistic and really conveys everything that it was trying to convey about exploring a part of yourself you don't want to admit exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A plus. And then also just, bondage style sexy dancing just mixed in with some real art house polyamory gay filming.
Also, so I also want to bring up, so I brought up Sunmi. I'm gonna also just bring up, has anyone been aware of VIX? Go watch some VIX and then come back to me.
Listen, the difference is, and I'll say it again, VIX involved a woman holding the leash, okay? So, I don't know, they were it's fine, they can be as nasty as they want as long as it isn't gay. Get it together.
Oh, what about
Get
the other,
together.
What is that one? What is that music video? I can't remember. What's the name of it?
Any of them.
Yeah, any of them. Hip and lip?
No, the 365. So fresh.
Oh, Triple X?
Triple H.
Triple X.
No.
Triple H, sorry.
Listen.
Come on.
No, I'm talking about the one that's one of her solos. Hold on. Is it Roll Deep?
It's probably Roll Deep. It's probably it is Roll Deep. She got him on
because
chains.
she has the chains
the
on the girls.
on chains. Yeah. But like, listen, it's different when it's women objectifying women. Somehow, I don't know. It's stupid. Listen, the discourse is stupid. It never.
That's it.
It never ceases to be dumb to me. Every time I see this bad takes, I go, oh.
But I do wish to bring up the Triple H thing, because it is like, again, watch those and come back and let's talk. Like,
yeah. Like, they had a threesome after murdering a guy and robbing a bank, and like people were less scandalized than doing a little crotch grab as part of the choreo. Like, let's calm down, everyone. Here. Like, I know people were still scandalized by, like, what do they do in that hotel room? Like, they did what you thought they did in the hotel room. All right? All right? Just like in their music videos. Just like in OnlyOneOf, they did what you thought they did in that pool. They did. Okay? They did. All right? But if you actually want to really laugh, you gotta watch them reacting to that pool scene, because they want the two of them to be really kissing so bad. Like, the rest of the group, they're like, come on, yes, and then when it cuts, right, as like, when they're like, you know, they're like, no! Oh, we thought we were gonna get a go. Like, the group themselves is having fun with it, like, so don't be haters.
Yeah.
They don't need to be hating. They're just having a good time for our people, you know? They're caring.
Well, again, if you're aware enough about, like, again, how they treat their fans who are queer, like how they treat the subject matter, how that's not, you know, they don't giggle and make it weird. They're being they're being supportive and like genuine about the like queer like characters and stuff. Like, they're not making it into a tee hee like that's they're also adult dudes doing, like, they're being aware
like,
of what they're up to.
Like, they're all in their mid-20s and above. We can all calm down with, like, you know, the moralizing. Unlike other groups that, like, you know, like, if you have, like, a 17-year-old, they probably can't speak up and go, hey, I don't like this. The man's 30, okay? If he was uncomfortable, he'd be like, yo, I don't want to do this. Like, I can still go be a cop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be doing this.
Like, well, it's been great, guys.
It's
been be a cop.
good. I'm gonna, like, I'm done with the gay. I'm leaving it. No, he's like, I'm here for the gay. Is the gay beginning? So,
is this where I line up for the gay?
Is this where I sign up?
Yeah, is this the line? Is this the line leading to the rainbow? Are we in the right place? Also, when they're solo albums, when you line them all up together, the colors do form a rainbow. So, yeah. So, it is cute. Okay. It is cute. Anyway, do we have
even if what I would love them to do, I'm just saying. So they've already gotten this far. I'm like, if they pulled out like a music video that was murder gays, like as far as like crime, be gay, do crime type stuff.
Like, listen, Soul Drift kind of. They were like Fast and Furious gays.
Yeah.
They were you know, they were car gays. Which, you know, if you're involved, if you look at Thai BL at all, very popular theme these days.
Underground racing.
Underground racing gays, very hot. Another one was just
very hot right now.
Like, very hot right now. But yeah, we could do, you know, I think we're due for another 365 So Fresh vibe, you know?
Just saying.
Just putting it out there. So do we have any final thoughts on my little fella's OnlyOneOf?
So you didn't say who your bias is. Like, you didn't go into, like, you didn't say exactly.
Junji.
It's Junji. I love his. Okay, it's like. Okay, it's sort of a half and half. Okay, I love Junji. I love his hate everyone vibes. I love his doesn't want to be involved. I loved his awkward dad jokes that he tells within the presence of a woman. I love his cringe. Okay, I love everything. However, I have like a bit of a soft spot for absolute losers. I'm sort of like the creator of Sailor Moon. If you're familiar with the creator of Sailor Moon, she has openly said, like, I love men who just are just so lame, which doesn't say anything about my husband because my husband is actually not lame at all. He's a really good dude. I need if he's listening to me say this, he's a good dude. But I have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for absolute losers, and because of that, KB really speaks to me as just one of life's just wrong at every turn, sort of, you know, just mistakes were made all the time, you know. It literally says, like, on his, like, little write-up, like, one of his things, it says, his role in the group is killing laughter. I love it! I love it! Like,
I think one of the getting to know OnlyOneOf videos that I watched, the way they put it was, he went into the military because he wanted to be a cop, so he got that over with first and got the training, and then he was going to be a cop, and then he thought, no, I want to be a comedian. So he went, and what they suggested in the way they wrote it was that he went and tried out for the company to get into their actor track, and, like, just wound up in the Idol, like, hired in the Idol track. It was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this now. And I, like, kind of believe it. Like, he has that vibe of, like, I just won't say anything.
He fails upwards.
Like,
he continuously fails upwards, and I love that for him. You know, like, everything, it always seems like just an accident that he is where he is right now. Like, he was just gonna be a cop. He's also a middle child, which I think says all you need to know, you know? Just, yeah. So, does anyone have some favorite people in their quest to learn about OnlyOneOf?
They're all really funny. Like, as far as their interactions are really sweet.
They're fun to watch as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like angry for them watching the one like variety, they went on a vacation thing, and it starts with like the company boss or manager or whatever going, they're going to be really busy over the next few months, so I want them to take a vacation, but we're going to film it all and we're going to make them do stupid challenges. I was like, this is not a vacation, you're making them jump in rope and acupuncture shoes, like, this is not good. Like, it was,
that's the K-pop version of a vacation, you know.
Right? Like, they're like, ooh, we get to take a vacation, and I was like,
do we?
Do you though? but they were good about it, and they seemed to have fun. So
those acupuncture shoes always look like they hurt real bad.
Right?
They do.
They do hurt really bad.
Oh, you've done that before?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was curious, you know.
Was it worth it?
No.
Was it worth
No. No, it wasn't. Incredibly. I don't like stuff involving my feet anyway, so it was just like,
not a
fan. So, any final thoughts on OnlyOneOf?
Well, so what would you like recommend somebody starting with, or like, so we've kind of introduced people to all this, but where, like, do you want them to start with that? You know, those, you know, kind of the stories.
I would start with the Underground Idol series, because I think that really showcases all their individual talents and really makes it easy to fall for the group as a whole, through their individual, like, you know, because I find a lot of times, like, when you're going in a group that has like so many people in it, like, everyone's individual flavors can get lost a little in terms of like to come up with like a whole. So I do like that they did this, that they let everyone have a solo. And it really shows like everyone, and each of the songs are completely different styles that showcase completely different abilities. So it is really great. And then of course you gotta go for the classics, what brought them to the public eye to begin with. you gotta go with libido. Like that's the one. That's it's you know, she's that bitch. You know what I mean? Like it's a solid. It's a solid.
You know what I also like suggest? Sorry,
go.
It's getting onto TikTok and just searching them, and then just like finding all their like concert videos that people took from, like, especially for the North American tour. Like, you'll get a sense of who they are as people because they're so like open and personable and stuff too, and so in their interactions with the fans, because like they're still like smaller venues, like so smaller enough that like a lot of their like concert is filled up with them talking to the audience as opposed to like having like a full set or whatever. But like that's a really great spot to, especially because you will have instant English subs as well too.
And then you can also go to their official TikTok and just see the absolute nonsense they got up to during quarantine to just like really get the flavor. But luckily for like people who are just getting into like just maybe just hearing about OnlyOneOf now, which I feel like probably if you listen to this podcast, you've definitely heard of them before. We've definitely mentioned them. It's not as an extensive a discography and like not a super extensive amount of stuff to watch. So it's like actually really easy to get into because it doesn't seem so daunting because they're from such a small, you know, situation that they just, you know, they don't have like a JYP SM backing to them, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, which is also works in their favor because they can do things that aren't like, you know, commercially safe, you know, because they
and like, lovely music, like really for so because sometimes when you have a smaller company as far as music production and stuff, sometimes, you know, it's just a little, you can sometimes tell as far as production side, but like it's really good stuff.
Those producer series, like they've worked with, you know, Boy Code and Gray and Samuel. So like those are not no name people in the business. Like those are big names. So that's pretty cool.
And like even if you look at, you know, like some of their music videos that are, you can tell like they don't have a lot of money behind them. They still look incredible. Like the music video for Chrome Arts, very simple music video. It's essentially a dance performance video in a warehouse with like flashing lights that change colors occasionally. There's like, that's it. That's the whole thing. But it's so well done that you're just like, I'm not mad about it. Like, I don't need it to be this complicated. Sometimes it can just be a bunch of men in crop tops dancing in bisexual lighting, and that's all you need, you know?
Simple.
They'll occasionally switch to, like, a non-crop top, but then they very quickly switch back. Don't worry about it. It's fun. It's a good time. But I think that they're really, after their American tour, they're really starting to, like, become more known, even if it's just sort of with an international audience, because I feel like reception internationally for a group like OnlyOneOf would be better than domestically in a lot of ways. And that's just because of the current political climate, shall we say, in South Korea with the sort of rise of conservative nonsense. That a group that's just like, being gay is great.
It would be a more of a struggle as that type of thing comes into power for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, the fact that they're still sticking with it, that they're just like, we're gonna keep going with this one, really says that like they actually do care about this concept and this community that has embraced them. So, I just really love OnlyOneOf. They have great music, they have fun music videos, and they got good vibes. And no Riz. Zero Riz.
With women.
With women, specifically. So, yeah, this has been our last episode of Pride Month. Oh, but we've had such a good time this month. We've had such a good time this month. I've had such a good time. I can't speak.
We've had fun.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to speak for the rest of the ladies.
We've had a gay old time.
Exactly. And we hope that you had a good time listening to us this month too. We'll be back next month with, I'm gonna be real. Pride Month continues all year round in the Noonas, so I don't even know why we're playing this game. We're gonna suddenly not talk about gay stuff anymore. So anyway, you should keep listening to us for all that queer entertainment content you so crave. Anyway, wherever podcasts can be found, including YouTube. We have all of our every single episode up there on the old YouTubes, and YouTube just added that podcast feature, and I jumped on that. And I was like, so we're also on YouTube podcasts. It's not really a thing in Canada yet, but maybe it is. I haven't checked in the last week or so.
Believe in your dreams.
Believe in your dreams. But of course,
and Monday night. So like this will be released on Monday night. We'll have our coming up in July
live stream, because we do live streams pretty near every week on the old.
We're having
YouTube
a live stream soon.
Yeah, we live streams all the time.
Our funnest one.
Yeah, we will have just had our funnest live stream.
So go check it out.
So you should
go check out. Watch it.
Listen. We haven't done the stream yet, so I don't know what the content will be, because it's our Roll for Drama stream. But it will be fun, because Roll for Drama is always fun. If you're curious about what that is, it's where we roll the dice and come up with a fake K-drama. And the dice rolls determine the plot points and the actors and everything. It's super stupid and super fun, and a good time had by all. So anyway, hope that if you weren't there, you can go check it out, because it's a good time. If you want to see links to stuff we talk about and everything, you can go to our website, certifiednoonas.com. It's our home on the web. And if you want to support this podcast, you can go to patreon.com/certifiednoonas to join the Certified Fan Family. They're a fan family on the web. We love them. They're just absolute A+, no notes, just fantastic. And of course, you should join our free-to-join Discord, because it's also good vibes over there on Discord. Anyone can join. We're an inclusive bunch, as long as you're not an old D-bag. You can hang out on the Discord, we're cool.
And that way you can see all of our announcements, as opposed to it being hidden on an algorithm on various social medias that like to hide things.
Listen, those social
we are on social medias. You can see it. You can find us everywhere.
You can find us. But I'm telling you, I have been following our social media on my own personal social media since we created our social media, and in the last year, I have never seen a single tweet from us, and I know that I have to search for them. It's anyway, social media. Well, you know what? It's fine. Anyway, we hope you have a fantastic week. Stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, and I don't know, maybe go listen to Chrome Arts or something. Go listen to some OnlyOneOf. Anyway, have a fantastic week. We'll see you soon. Bye.